Hello and welcome. Today we'll be looking at a different set of algebraic expressions, and we also look at how we can approach the factoring of these expressions. Let's begin. In our previous examples, we have seen two algebraic terms, three algebraic terms, but here we have four algebraic terms. So how do we deal with this? Essentially, the same thing applies. So we want to find factors that are common, or that is common to all the four algebraic terms here. Okay, so what is the factor that is common to 9ax squared y and 6axy and 18bxy and 24bx squared y? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So 9axy, what are the factors of 9ax squared y? Well, the factors here are what? 3 times 3 times a times x times y. What about 6axy? Well, the factors here are 2 times 3 times a times x times y. What about 18bxy? Well, here is 2 times 9, that is 2 times 3 times 3 times b times x times y. And what about 24bx squared y? So 24bx squared y is 4 times 6 is 24, so that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, or 8 times 3, okay, times b times x times y. So now that we have all the factors written out, let's find out what is common to all of them. So we see here that there's a 3 there, there's a 3 there, there's a 3 there, and there's a 3 there. So 3 is common. Okay, 3 times, but 2, we only see 2 in 3 of them, but not in 4 of them. So next is, let's look at a. Is a common to all of them? No. What about x? So there's x there, there's x there, there's x there, and there's x there. So times x. Then is y common to all? Yes, there's y there, there's y there, there's y there, and there's y there. So times y. So our factor, common factor, is going to be what? 3xy. Okay. Now let's go ahead and factor. Let's factor out 3xy. So that's 3xy into a large bracket of 9ax squared y divided by 3xy minus 6axy divided by 3xy plus 18bxy divided by 3xy minus 24bx squared y divided by 3xy, and then you put a bracket at the back. So the y's cancel out, the x cancels out one of the x, and then 3 goes there in 3. So this is 3xy into brackets. What we have left here is what? 3ax. And then for the second one, the x cancels out, the y's cancels out, so we have 6a plus, and then the x and the y, they cancel out here. We have, and the 3 goes in 18 6 times. Sorry, here 3 goes in 6, 2, so this is 2a, not 6a. 2a plus 6b minus 3 in 24, that is 8, and then the y's cancel out, and then the x cancel out one of the x, so what we have is 8bx. Okay, so we have successfully factorized 9ax squared y minus 6axy plus 18bxy minus 24bax squared y. So factorize p minus q squared plus 2 into p minus q. So we can write this as p minus q into p minus q plus 2 into p minus q. Okay, this is quite familiar to us, so we see that p minus q is common to both sides, so we'll take out p minus q, and what we have left is p minus q into p minus q plus divided by p minus q, okay, plus 2 into p minus q divided by p minus q. Okay, the p minus q cancels out, and so what we have left is p minus q into p minus q plus 2. So factorize a into x plus y squared minus y minus x. Well, at first glance, nothing appears to be similar here, but let's rewrite this. So we can write this as a into x plus y squared minus, if we divide through by -1, so write -1 here, this one becomes x plus y. Okay, it becomes x plus y. How did I arrive at -y divided by -1 will give us positive y. Negative x divided by -1 will give us what? Positive x. So now we see that the two sides of the negative sign, the terms that are on the two sides of the negative terms sign have the same or a common factor, which is x plus y. Okay, so now we can write a into x plus y squared as a into x plus y into x plus y minus 1 into x plus y. Okay, so now we can factor out x plus y. X plus y is common to both sides, so we write x plus y, and then we write the bigger bracket a into x plus y into x plus y divided by x plus y minus 1 into x plus y divided by x plus y. Okay, so we cancel out the x plus y's, and so what do we have left? X plus y into a into x plus y minus 1, okay, which we can write as x plus y into ax plus ay minus 1. The reason why we did that is just we multiplied a by x, and then we multiplied a by y, and we wrote it out in full. So that process is called expansion. So factorize 2p into 2n minus 1 plus 4n minus 2. If we look at this example, we see that at first glance nothing appears to be similar on either side of the addition sign, but if we rewrite this, we might find something that is similar. So let's write this as 2p into 2n minus 1 plus 4n minus 2. There's something that's common to 4n and 2, and that is the number 2. So we can factor out 2. So if we write 2, 4n divided by 2, we have 2n. Negative 2 divided by 2 gives us -1. So we see now that there is 2n minus 1 on the other side of the addition sign. So we can factor out 2n minus 1. Okay, so we can say 2n minus 1 into bracket 2p into 2n minus 1 divided by 2n minus 1 plus 2 into 2n minus 1 divided by 2n minus 1. Okay, so we can cancel out the 2n minus 1s, and then what do we have left is 2n minus 1 in the bracket outside, and then 2p plus 2. Okay, we could still write this as 2 into 2n minus 1, because 2p and 2 have something in common, which is 2, into p plus 1. So factorize a minus b squared plus a squared minus b squared. Okay, here, what exactly do we mean by this? So a minus b squared, we can rewrite this as a minus b bracket a minus b, okay, plus a squared minus b squared. That's called difference of two squares. So it's written as a minus b into a plus b. Okay, so now how do we factor out? Are there things that are common to both sides? Yes, a minus b appears to be common, so we factor out a minus b, and then we write the brick bracket. So if we divide this first term on the left side of the addition sign, so we can write this as a minus b into brackets. So we divide this term a minus b into a minus b by a minus b, so what we are left with is 1a minus b, okay, plus, so the term on the right side of the addition sign, a minus b into a plus b, if we divide by a minus b, what we are left with is what? A plus b. Okay, so now we can write this as a minus b into a minus b plus a plus b. And we can simplify this further to be a minus b, sorry, a plus a minus b plus b, okay, and that gives us a plus a is what? 2a, minus b plus b gives us what? 0. So a minus b into 2a. Here we are asked to factorize 8a squared b divided by 12ab plus 16a squared b divided by 24ab squared. Although this is a fraction, but we can still factor. So let's look at what are the factors that are common to all the four. So that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what are the factors that are common? So 8a squared b, 8a squared b, the factors here are 2 times 2 times 2 times a times b. What about 12ab? 12ab, the factors are 2 times 2 times 3 times a times b. Okay, what about 16a squared b squared? That's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times a times b times b. Okay, what about 24 ab squared? 24 is 8 times 3, so that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times a times b times b. Okay, so now that we have all the four terms, now we can find out what exactly is common. So we see that 2 appears to be common to all of them, and then there's a second 2 that is common to all of them, which that makes 2 times 2, that is 4. 2 times 2. Okay, and then next to that, do we have 3 in all of them? No. Do we have a in all of them? I think yes, that is a, that is common to all of them. Do we have b in all of them? I believe so. So we have b in the 4. Okay, so therefore we do have that's times a times b. So if we write this as a whole, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times ab is 4ab. So the factor that we'll be working with is 4a. The common factor is 4ab. Okay, let's create some more space. So 4ab. So 4ab in the outside the bracket, 4ab. So if you divide 8ab squared, 8a squared b divided by 4ab, what do we have? 4 there is 2, and a there cancels one of the a, b cancels the b. So what we have is 2a divided by 12ab by 4ab leaves us with 3, okay, plus 16a squared b squared divided by 4, so that gives us 4ab, okay, and then 24ab squared divided by 4ab give the 24ab squared divided by 4ab. The a's cancel out, the b cancels out one of the b's, and then 4 in 24 is 6. So what we have is what? 6b. So now our new factored expression is 2a 4ab outside in bracket 2a over 3 plus 4ab over 6b. So essentially you need to remember how to find the common factor, and don't forget to divide each term, even if they are fractions, with a common factor and write in a simple form. That's it on factorization of algebraic expression part 3. Thank you for watching.